Hi, we're here with George from Monster.
How you doing, George?
Good, I'm great. How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
So tell us about the Monster.
Well, this is our entry into the heavy lift multi-rotor segment.
You can say that again.
Right? This is our efficiency setup. It's pretty good with a Ronin Red combo. We're at about 45 minutes of flight time.
Carrying a Red?
A Red and
an
a Ronin.
Epic?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Heavier loads, a little less flight time. Lighter loads, a lot more flight time. We expect about over an hour with something like a Lumix GH4 setup. Yeah, it's a pretty versatile setup. Whereas this is for efficiency. We have the Monster over there, which is for aggressive flying, which we've personally had up to about 75, 80 miles an hour.
When you say aggressive flying, what is the purpose of that?
Well, sideways with a Red at 80 miles an hour is aggressive, I think.
I agree.
Yes. It's
go ahead.
Sorry. It's one of the strongest frames on the market right now. Also one of the stiffest. We've incorporated several features into it, including some safety upgrades that aren't available to anyone else. All of our screws are drilled with holes for safety wire, like an airplane. So once you tighten down the motors and the motor mounts, you wire them up with wire, and they can't vibrate out.
So is this a Ronin specific aircraft?
No. This is whatever you need to lift up to the max of 50 pounds of payload.
What would a decked out with flight controller and everything roll off at?
I mean, we don't sell the actual electronics to go with it. We recommend specific items, but you're probably looking at about 13,000.
What about which is with the airframe?
The airframe alone, we're shooting for around the $3,200 price range.
Say again?
$3,200.
Roughly. Wow, that's pretty good.
Thank you.
So where do you sell these? Mostly online?
Yeah, we're going to be selling them online within about a month on our website.
Okay, so you're not a market yet.
No. These are the pre-production prototypes. There are some minor changes. The top deck screws are also going to be drilled, and one or two other little slight changes that you really can't even see. Nothing serious.
Well, it certainly is a monster.
Thank you.
Let me ask you, how do you feel about FPV racing?
I love it.
What do you think the future is?
Well, I was actually talking to somebody who does HD video links, and I suggested to them, I said, look, you need to come up with, doesn't have to be full HD, but we need HD video links for FPV racing. Because right now we're stuck at standard def, and even then it's like flying through a blizzard, right? So, and that also with certain HD links, even if you're not full 1080, if you're at 720, you might have the bandwidth to do 3D, which is something that we're capable of right now as far as the cameras, but the transmitters aren't there yet to do dual streams together, in sync with right colors and all,
Right. Totally.
But yeah, that person sounded very interested, and if someone else is listening, this is what we need.
This period of time that we're in right now with the drones, I think we all still have that attitude of we're all in this together.
We are.
It isn't ugly and as it could be. We are all fighting the same fight, and we all have basically the same goals.
Yeah, I mean, us guys that do it professionally, we have to protect our industry from the guys who, I don't want to say anything bad about them, but the guys that, go out and buy a Phantom at a hobby store, and, originally before they put all the, the restrictions in, but would go and, hey, let's see how high this thing goes, or let's fly it over here. Yeah. And you can't fault them because it seemed innocent enough in the beginning, but you got to realize, you're messing with airplanes, you're messing with people's privacy, so you got to, you got to be
safety,
and common sense.
Oh, I like that, George.
Common sense ain't too common these days.
Awesome. Thank you, George.
All right. And best of luck with the Monster.